little rowdy from time to time. So it looks like I've drawn the Iroquois. I don't like the Iroquois. This would be a great ability if it worked properly, but it doesn't work properly. It only works for city connections. If you transition across a tile that... So their special ability, well, let's see. Let's see if we're keeping the game, and then I'll explain what's going on and why I don't like them. We are, unfortunately, keeping this game. Some powerhouse civs in here. Arabia is terrifying, and China is quite good. Ethiopia is amazing. India is so-so, and Zulu are pretty much one-trick ponies, but people tend to feel like they have to go to war when they have Zulu, so that's bad in its own sense. I don't like my start. I'm on a coast, but I have no sea resources. My land is all calendar resources, and it's calendar resources that requires both the ability to remove jungle and the ability to remove marsh. That's a really unpleasant set of techs I have to pick up to do that. And I don't have good production or good growth either. So really don't like my start location, but can't do anything about that. Let's take a little peek around just in case something amazing pops up. Desert wheat, unfortunately, not real wheat. Both of those are desert wheat, so those even aren't great tiles. I don't see any more sea resources. I will stay coastal. There's a possibility that it benefits me later. Not a good start, though. So, alright. But I'm on a hill, I'm on grassland. Grassland hill is about as good as it's going to get when I see no rivers and no mountains. So I'll take that. Let's grab a scout and lock down the food tile, set on production focus, and go from here. Actually, someone just told me in my friend's chat, I don't think my chat shows up on stream for y'all. Man. I have no friggin' faith resources either, so even if I get a Pantheon, I'm going to be working with very, very low faith generation. I don't think I'm going to rush a Pantheon, man. There's not a whole lot of reason. I'm going to go for Animal Husbandry first. So, let's talk a little bit, when I can, about this Civ. And I want to scout just a little bit more, too. The Iroquois have... They have 3 real bonuses. One of them is kind of a questionable bonus. The first bonus is that inside of my land, so if it's in my cultural borders, swamps, what do they call them? No, not marshes, but swamps and woods count as roads for me. And that would be great, except that unfortunately, let's say I built a city like right here, right? And I wanted to connect my cities. And let's say I own all the tiles in between, right? I'd only need to build one road right here, and that would make a city connection, swamp road, right? The problem is when you transition from the swamp to the road tile, it makes you take full movement points still. So it basically gives me the city connections without giving me the mobility of the roads. And anyone who's watched me play knows that I love my roads, and I really, really want the mobility. It's really important for any sort of war. So that really makes their ability, it's kind of a bug, and it really makes their abilities a lot worse than it should be. Their next ability is if you get they have workshops. Their workshops are their unique building. They cost 50% less to build, and when you get them, they turn forest tiles for +1 yield, and that includes improved forest tiles. So if I build lumber mills, my lumber mills start off as 1-3 as opposed to 1-2, and they upgrade to 1-4, which is decent. Swamps, jungles, whatever. Hey, Fear. I'm glad you're not in my game. That probably means my allies won't be backstabbing me anytime soon, but welcome to the stream, bro. I got over it. The game ended. Too bad. Hoping here that shortly I will pick up... So that's annoying too, and look at this. This probably is going to prevent my first city over here from actually being able to reach my capital with the trade route, which is annoying, but we'll see. Their third special ability is they have a unique unit called a Mohawk Warrior. It's a swordsman that doesn't require iron, and gets a bonus in jungles and forests. But it's a pretty shit unit overall. Swordsmen aren't that great to begin with. They got pretty heavily nerfed. And you don't tend to build swordsmen to the point you run out of iron because they're just not good enough to matter. And they don't have any strength or movement bonuses, so I don't actually think they're all that good whatsoever. I almost never use them. So the longhouses, which are their workshops, are decent units, but the rest of their bonuses are kind of crap. Let's see. Doesn't matter, it just means it's a generic civ. It's still better in Brazil, for example. So, alright, let's have a look. Who do we have? See, this is just annoying. Like, that's pretty much all unusable land. Just in the way. I did get my horses, which is what I wanted, because I wanted that growth tile. There's a very strong probability, since strategic resources are enabled, that I'd have it right there on that grassland. And grassland horses are quite nice. So I'm going to start on a worker, and I'm going to research for my shrine, and keep scouting. Oh, and you saw how I get an extra move? That's because this counts as a road tile. This is okay land. Okay, China's over here. We need a city-state. Just catching up on comments. Tiger apparently feels like I do about singing, that he would rather keep his wonderful voice to himself. Alright, trapping. Great. That's gonna help. Okay, let's hope that... Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a religious city-state. There's a chance I'll still pick up First Pantheon then. And I need to think what I want here. No sea resources. That's pretty garbage. I could go God King. That would get me a little closer to religion faster. I could also go a tech one. And I may do that instead. I think I'm going to go Message of the Gods this game. It won't be a lot of tech, but it'll be a little something. And it's basically the option of 1 food, 1 production, 1 culture, and 1 science early versus about 8 science later. I don't know. It's tough to say. I haven't found much in the way of cultural runes, or excuse me, ancient runes at all, which is too bad. I'll start looping this warrior around. I'd like to scout the southern coast here, see if there's something useful there. And I do need to get something back to protect the worker. The problem is these are desert wheat. So if I could get a Petra out of this, those would be amazing tiles. But right now they're kind of very mediocre tiles. They're basically just grassland tiles. Basically, is what they can amount to. And just raw grassland isn't that great. This is my Ethiopia. Yeah. See, no unique luxuries over here. Actually, kind of terrible lands. Basically no growth and blocked out by the city-state. Not loving my start location. Alright. Let's head for Hanging Gardens, see what we can do. It's possible. Don't know the players I'm playing against very well. Hopefully there'll be lands down here. There's something over here. It's not great. Maybe over that way towards the mountain. I don't love the expand over there, but I will take another look just in case. India. Ugh. Alright. Cargo ships are very strong. They're going to give you a lot of food and a lot of growth in your cities. They're also, well, I mean, not a lot of text. I mean, it's only sailing to get to them, but I don't know. Thought I'd get my Pantheon on that, but I didn't. Okay, there's his capital. It's not that far away. Or desert. Do I ever conquer city-states? Occasionally. They need to be in a pretty decent location for me to bother. And they're easy to fight in the sense that, you know, they're not smart, but they're kind of annoying to fight in the fact that they tend to have a lot of combat strength. Open up tradition. Barb headed my way. Let's see if we can get the scout up over here. And possibly I can find some more stuff this way too. This is looking like a pretty unappealing location. It would basically require Petra to be anything. Ugh. Maybe there'll be sea resources, it's a possibility. Disappointing lands. The only thing I am considering is I would like to continue growing. So I think I'm going to buy that tile and go from there. Someone's got a natural wonder. Yeah, it's really underwhelming lands. No rivers, so like my nearest river, I mean I got one over here, but no unique luxuries. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. I have truffles over here, and kind of a mediocre river expand somewhere in here. I have Hanoi over here, which has incense, but the city-states, I mean there's like nothing in here. One set of horses and pretty much nothing else. Incense is a garbage resource, they're not on a hill, it's... ugh. So it looks like this is the western side of the continent. I'll keep scouting around over here. Talk about Petra cities, like how many desert hills are here? Those are lakes too, so all these would be 3-3 tiles with Petra. I don't know, that looks like an okay Petra area to me. This looks like a mediocre Petra area. Pretty heavily screwed on Ethiopia is coastal, it looks like. And Desert Pantheon went. That means someone is going to have someone's going to be potentially going Petra in their capital. This is a stone IPA. Well, this puts an interesting kind of spin on things. I don't have much in the way of lands I like. I don't have a lot of late game potential in these lands. There's not good growth, there's not good production, there's not much of anything in these lands. Calendar resources are really stupid. They're the slowest resources. Besides, to be honest, anything that isn't a mine resource is pretty stupid. Both coastal resources and calendar resources are slow to get going and not amazing when they do get going. Especially the calendar ones. Like the fish tiles get really good, and whales and crab are pretty good too. Pearls aren't that great, but these resources, I'm never going to work them. Even when they're improved, I'm not going to work them because they just don't do enough to actually waste your time on working. So I need to decide what this means. You know, there's something to be said about killing Ethiopia. Yep. Taking second city as a Petra city especially on land that's really shit otherwise. So this might be okay, maybe. I mean, it'd be a coastal city, so that'd be good. But like all this is basically plains once you have Petra, so that's all garbage. The hills are nice and the wheat are nice, but they're not amazing. You know, so it's. And I think seeing Desert Faith is a real big indicator. I should be really careful doing that because it means someone is going to be having a ton of hammers and able to actually push out Petra. I don't know. We're going to see. Probably something over here, possibly right there. That's hills, mountain, river, with a unique luxury and a little bit of growth. Okay, there's China's capital. That's fairly close too. Another scary civ to have near you. I'm taking a slightly, you guys probably noticed that I'm taking a slightly slower route than I normally do to expanding. I tend to like to get expands out before this, but to be honest, there's no spot that is just calling my name that I have to get out there and expand to. They've been so pathetic that I'm just not that interested. Yeah, there's something to be said for this spot. It's a thought that I maybe should have. The comment was at least I'm pretty well protected by CS and mountains, that I'm not going to get rushed by players, like rushing for locations, not like attacking my city, but settling cities really frontally towards me. Yeah, that's true, but there is also something to be said about the fact that there aren't really lands that people want to rush to. Yeah, and maybe in a situation like that, there could have been something said for going like Great Library, because then I could have had the science. I could have had the bonus that Great Library gives, which is a great bonus, and not worried about the fact that what you lose doing that is all the time. I guess I will push out a, what is it, 5 turns till growth. Put a Chariot Archer out, and then grab a Settler afterwards, maybe. Let's do that. I would like to have a better idea of what's down here. So 1 military unit wouldn't be too bad here. Gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Alright, let's look at demographics. I'm 3rd in manufactured goods, that's not that great. 2nd in crop yield. Both of those are pretty close, but neither of those are particularly great. Tied for 1st in population. 1st in soldiers, and I don't have any soldiers. That is... I mean, literally I have this warrior and I'm 1st in soldiers. I'm surprised by that. You'd expect people to get other types of runes. So Hanoi just lost a worker. There's something to be said about stealing city-state workers. I maybe should have had that guy sitting over there, but I'm currently just protecting my own worker and trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do this game. And I will put 1 attack into him just to speed up the process of one day killing the stupid thing. Is it Almaty on the river? No. No. The CS is... that's okay. I mean, these are, as I was saying, these are river hills, all of these. So that's not... or freshwater hills. So there's not growth out of those, but there is maintaining the food. There's a little bit of river tiles over here. Not much flatland river, though. No. Third in tech right now. So I think it's going to be right now, it's going to be mathematics into writing, into bronze working, into calendar. And that's ridiculous because, I mean, to get my resource online, my happiness online, I have to pick up either removing marshes or removing jungles and calendar to do that. And it's just a million miles away for happiness. But I think what I'm going to do is I'll finish this horse archer, pump out a settler, drop the settler, go for hanging gardens. Hopefully I'll be quick enough to that. I'm not entirely sure if that will be true or not, but that's the goal. I should take happiness from this. It's a little less food. But I'm not going to have a luxury online by the time I want to settle. But I'm going to grow anyway, so that may not actually be an issue. Might have just been totally pointless. Let's start heading over here. Okay, one turn on the military unit. I will put a turn into a circus, I guess? Man. Put a turn into another worker. Kevmore asks, which civ am I playing as? This is the Iroquois? Okay, this is more promising land. It's really far away, but maybe if I sweep down through here, I'll find stuff in the meantime that's worthwhile having. Here's my guy, which is what I want. I want to be able to scout down this way. I'll put one turn into this worker to hit the next population point, and then I'm going to build a settler. Get this guy down here to protect in case there's barbarians roaming around, and I'll get the horse. Get the horse upgraded. Tiger asked, Kevmore asked the question, who am I playing as? I'm playing as the Iroquois. Tiger asked the question, is this one of the games where you'd want to consider an early war? Yes and no, right? So my lands are shit and I don't have good expansions. That argues for war. The downside of war is, look how many hill tiles are between me and the next guy. Like, it's going to take me forever to move troops up there. And all of his land is super hilly too, so it's going to be a real pain in the ass to push into. And even assuming that I do really well and get a successful war with him, as soon as China hits in medieval era, it's going to be terrifying. And if I'm really spread out, it's going to be hard to defend. So I'm not entirely sure yet what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to take some crappy Pantheon that I don't want. Possibly God Kings, but possibly something else. Maybe I'll just take Growth for now. See how that goes. It's not a particularly great Pantheon. I was going to go Science, but I don't know. Science, Growth, I could go Culture. They all seem about equal right now. I'll go Growth just because I'm not sure how many expands that we're picking up here. Grab a Settler. And what is this? This is 14 production, and that is 13 production. It's still 6 turns. I'll do that. He can fortify, and you can scout down this way. Nope, didn't get the move off, so I was talking too long about Pantheons. And then he'll instant move here, which I don't want. Can you move here instead? No, of course not. Okay, that's Zulu, yeah. So it's going to be really dangerous. A lot of dangerous civs right next to me. I'm going to kill that barb. Absolutely, let's be friends. And if there's a unique luxury over here that might be worth expanding to, it's rather close to this guy, but I don't know, maybe there'll be a lot of lands. Alright, let's see what everyone's on for expands. China is not expanded, which is to be expected. He Great Library. Ethiopia hasn't expanded, not entirely sure why. Let's have a look. India hasn't expanded, and the Friendly Zulu, have they expanded? They have one expand. And are they the guys who went the Faith Pantheon? Zulu, no, they're desert. So it's gonna be Zulu with a desert Pantheon. It's kind of scary. And that is their expand, not their natural. So I'll keep scouting down through here and see, or rather their natural expand, not their capital, so I can see if something else is nearby. I have the question, how about annexing Hanoi? I don't love their tiles, is what it boils down to. So this is all, I mean, this is a lot of growth. This is all flatland grassland on these tiles. It's a thought. It just, again, mediocre lands. It's not a lot to tempt me into that. It takes a lot of military to kill CS in this game. You can wear them down a little bit, but you have to time it right, because if you time it too late, they'll just one-shot your composite bows. Kind of like when Fear was attacking the other day. I do steal workers in general, but I don't need a second worker quite yet, and I haven't had really the presence of mind to set that up. So I will shortly probably end up stealing a worker. There's plenty of time to do it. There's no rush on when it has to be done by. Let's attack into that tile. Finish that up. 2 turns till I can start hanging gardens. I'm not sure if I'll beat China if he went for that tech, but he may not have gone for that tech. He may also be going National College into a rush for his special units. You can make peace with city-states anytime you want, Swine, so I don't have to wait 10 turns if I don't want to. But I just really haven't had the desire to do it quite yet. I mean, the only tile I can't improve this tile, this tile, this tile, or I can't improve any of my tiles right now except this tile, because I don't have the tech to do any of it. So there's not a huge rush in a second worker right now. There will be more of a rush when I start getting cities to actually improve, but right now there's not much to do. Nice city, a lot of growth. You see 2 cattle just on that side. Barbarian killed itself, always nice. There's another religious CS. There's India. Okay, so probably any expansion attempts this way are pretty blocked too. Swine yet again. I've answered that question a couple times now. I'll do it once more and then I'm probably just going to ignore it for a while. I understand that I can steal a worker for free. I often steal workers, but right now I don't have a lot of reason to do it and I don't have the units close enough to it to bother. So I'm not going to bother quite yet doing that. I need this guy to move. Are we losing someone? Yeah. So the host currently is dropping. Let's see if he recovers or not. Looks like he did recover. Alright. Another city-state. And that's fine. I'm getting shot by an archer, which is a little annoying, so I may want to start fixing that. Alright, I think I'm first to classical. I want to scout some more down here, but it does look like India's right up my ass too. So, I mean, I have a ton of land. I mean, this is like a lot of space here, like 15 tiles or so, about 10 tiles here, about 15 tiles there, maybe even more, 17 tiles there. But there's just not a whole lot to tempt me into expanding. I'm going to take an expand here and possibly push one further into Ethiopia if I don't see anything out of him. We'll see. And in the meantime, I want you to go sit on him, you to heal, and I guess you're going to go there. I'm able to move so quickly here because of the Iroquois bonus. Okay, so I finished my settler. I'm going to grab a Hanging Gardens, or try for it. Unfortunately, don't see it over there. Not doing great in tech or manufactured goods. I'm 4th right now, so if someone else got there before me, that doesn't mean I'm in, okay. I actually got shot here, so I may have to let that get pillaged. Yeah, I may just have to let that go for now, since I need this guy to heal up a little bit. How close? Oh, he heals next turn, so I'll wait. Barbarian's not going to do... Oh, shit. Well, that's bad news. Let's hope this goes well. Oh, move there. Do it before the end of the turn. There we go. I was thinking of taking the instant heal, but I'll just retreat for now. Still working. Mostly good tiles. I could do some more production, but I don't really have any in the city. So I'll bring this guy back to help. And let's have a further look down here. I want to see his capital. I may come back here in a second, but I just want to make sure there's no CS down here. There probably isn't, but go from there. I'd say this is one of the worst starts I've had in a while, but it isn't, to be honest. I had a Shoshone game real recently with a worse start than this. But at least there were lands to expand from that, so we'll see. And I don't like this Indian scout around my borders. It's really pissing me off. So I'm going to hide this worker next turn as well. It's just too tempting. Like, that settler was really dangerous. Let's just move him over just in case that guy gets some ideas. Okay, should be fine here. Nothing can hit me. And next turn I can get the settlement off. This guy needs to heal. Okay, no city state here, so I'm going to head back. I'll come up here, have a look at the city, and then go from there. This guy, I guess I'm going to move here. And then just try. I need to get a couple more military units over by my base to defend that. 2 seconds, right back. Well, one problem solved. Four turns, I can start chopping one of these horrendous tiles. I almost would rather get the marsh one. Oh well, I've already started this. I guess I'll go this way. Okay, that is now a targeted encampment. It's worth considering killing. That guy's pillaging my lands. I assume just to be a dick. I am going to settle the river. At 0 happiness, I should prevent this guy from growing just for a minute. And I should prevent this guy from growing too. I'll grab a granary. Set production focus, lock that tile. I need a turn to heal. This guy's just going to do what he wants. I don't really care. Go in here. And hang out for another turn. I could chop tiles. Actually, it might be worth it to chop tiles here. I am building a wonder that I care about, so I'll just chop the forest. See, the issue is that this civ, again, you know, it benefits from forest tiles more than any other civ out there. So it's a little kind of double-edged to be chopping my forest tiles like this, but nevertheless. I do want the hanging gardens, and it's going to be a lot of wasted production if I don't, and I'm not first in production, so I'm a little scared about what that means. There's something to be said about maybe only improving one of these spices. It will become a useful tile once I have a university. It becomes a 2-2-2 tile. Right now it's just fairly rubbish at if I improve it the rest of the way. Alright, let's bring this guy back. Another bar of spawns. I will take now limited elite. Maybe I should have taken that, but I do hope one day to be happy again and have the option. I'll attack into this guy with the scout just to kick the experience bonus from a safe position. I like scout sight, it's a big one. There's Delhi, I don't even know how to say it. It shows how ignorant I am about some things. And let's hope the barbarians leave just a little bit of my production alive here. Alright. Is everyone still in one city? Like, this is crazy. Like, okay, there's the kind of aggressive Chinese expand. Kind of nicely defensible too, so I mean, nothing to be said about that. But Ethiopia is still in one city, which is really weird. I guess since these count as roads, my chariot archers can actually move around, so that might be good. I will head over here for the chance to maybe actually repair my stuff. Alright, so let's see, what are we going to do about this game? Don't like my start, don't like my nearby opponents, and don't like my options. But, I mean, I suppose maybe there'll be some nice stuff over here. I'm not even sure like what to do here. Alright, let's put some damage on him. I want to keep leveling this scout. I can probably get this scout all the way to 3 off these guys if I do it right. Can I move him there? I can. Alright, so let's move him to there. Maybe even. Can this guy... I'll like my production back before I get my next luxury online. And then I'll kill this guy with the scout. The zone of control from this city protects him, so this warrior can't attack him, just the archer. And then hopefully next turn I'll be able to get yet another kill on that scout. Melee attacks like this, melee to melee is +5 experience, so it's not going to take me that long to get to 30 experience like that. And having a double sight upgraded scout's huge. Maybe I would then take like optics so I can actually scout forever with him and go from there. This is a really slow Hanging Gardens. Doesn't leave me particularly optimistic. Alright, so I don't think this will kill him. It doesn't. Good. Oh. It tells me it doesn't and then it kills him. Fantastic. It's too bad. Get 1 production back. I'm probably going to chop another tile just to hurry that up. And that production actually saved me a turn, so that's big. Let's send him over. There's Mumbai, the second Indian city. I don't like how I can't see the top part of a city. I don't know what direction the animations for wonders spawn, so I don't know that there's anything to be said about that. I do now have more production to work, and that's actually quite a bit. I don't know when that grew. It must have been last turn, I didn't notice it. And I kind of want to buy a tile and expand to yet another production tile. And that one I think is... does it matter? I don't think it matters. Let's grab that one, it's cheapest. And then I'll allow it to grow. I know that will put me unhappy, but I don't, and I guess I'll kill that for, I don't know if it gives me the experience if the city kills it. I don't think you get the happiness. This will grow. I'll lose a little bit of production from being unhappy, but I will pick up 2 production from the hill, and I think that will more than make up for it. We'll see. Currently 6 turns, I went down to 4, so it was worth it doing that to grow. I do want this thing to finish one day. And then I'll start chopping one of my luxury resources. And I'm going to chop this one, because I think this is a better road shot right there. This guy needs to heal, as does this guy. Okay, more unique luxuries over here. I'm hoping that China with this aggressive expand is going to be killing someone that isn't me. Yeah, China does have some nice lands. I mean, I guess if I were... I mean, perhaps I could go something. I mean, I will probably end up picking up the longhouses, the one that give me extra production, and they're half-off workshops, so I may do that way anyways. I don't want to fight China in medieval, but maybe I can get there before that. It just seems a tricky guy to kill from how far away I am. But perhaps I'll snatch up some of these city-states. That's still a garbage city, and... this is actually still a pretty garbage city too. As I said, there is another expand up here, so if it's not, I mean, that would be my 3rd expand, but I have 3 unique luxuries. I do have the sugar, the spices, and the truffles. So I can expand up here and not lose any unique luxuries. It's kind of a big fuck you to Ethiopia, but, you know, my lands are not, I'm not loving my lands, so I may give Ethiopia that particular expression. And we'll see. Oh, I was considering chopping this, wasn't I? Oh, but I already used his chop, damn it. Okay, I could have done it if I hadn't, but it's not going to make any difference now. Cross your fingers, 3 turns. That would have been a decent one to chop too. I wish I hadn't used this guy's ability this turn. I would have liked to have moved into here and start chopping. The problem is it takes 2 full turns to chop, and I have 3 turns. So next turn I'll have 2 turns remaining on Hanging Gardens. And even though I'll finish the chopping basically the same turn Hanging Gardens finish, it won't actually produce, it won't give me any additional production for it. I would have needed to have moved really 2 turns earlier, not 1 turn earlier, because it still wouldn't have mattered. I thought that was Hanging Gardens. I'm getting a little paranoid. 2 city-states want that killed. I should do that quest. It's a lot of free city-state experience. But first and foremost, I want to level the scout. So let's do a little bit of that. And I just want to make sure that's all. Yeah. So 2 fish now makes that slightly better. Still not good. One-day racing is a kind of sketchy way to play. It sets yourself up for failure very easily. I don't like to do it, but at the moment I'm not seeing much in the way of what else I would be doing with my production early. So I'll try for this. This could be a big thing later. Excuse me. Tech is really bad right now. Still don't have libraries because I rushed Hanging Garden. I have seen players who go Petra. Sometimes they'll go a library first, and I assume that's because the payoff on the tech actually makes up for taking that extra, the extra library tech. We'll see. Okay. Well, my grand plan of leveling that scout seems to have gone out the window. Let's see if I can get this warrior away without dying. That would be good. And I think that is the slightly better tile. Perhaps I should have attacked with the warrior. Let's wait. We'll let this guy move, see what he wants to do. Let's just sit there a moment. Alright. All things go well here. Next turn I will pick up my Hanging Gardens. I really hope that's what's going to happen. I am second, so the only player who can beat me to it next turn is China. So, because I'm second out of all of the players who join the game, and in multiplayer a tie is decided by the order you join the game. In 1 turn I will start my libraries in here, and I may actually grab writing into philosophy for a national college. It does look like I'm going to have to do something militarily because these lands are just garbage. My nearest unique luxury is here, and that's in there, so or there, right? So like I can't expand anywhere in here. There's just no city spots that matter. That's kind of where I was thinking I actually would have gone hill. I did get Hanging Gardens, good. So it's probably going to end up being a military game here. Stick him in there. I would like to grow again. 3 turns. Oh, but I'm unhappy, so growth doesn't actually matter right now. So I don't need to worry about growth right now until I get that online. I will actually, in the meantime, I'll pick up writing, then masonry, so I can clear that marsh, because I still have these shitty calendar resources that are covered in 2 more text to remove them. So it's going to be just a little bit before I can get them online. Hanging Gardens is nice. It's a really good wonder. Although, to be fair, right, again, on this start, a sea expand, every cargo ship is the equivalent of a Hanging Gardens in terms of the amount of food it brings to your civ. So even being able to expand coastally here, and there's a 3rd fish, so that's interesting. Shit, maybe I will do something over here. Something like that, maybe. That's a lot of growth in there, and there are hills. Have to be. Could be there. I could, no, but 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that would work. No, it wouldn't. It's too close to here. So it'd have to be here. So I could expand to that tile, potentially. Overlapping tiles with 2 other cities. But it's never going to be a huge city, and that would be a coastal. I might be able to feed my capital. Something to think about. I have a civ with forest bonuses and no forests over here. That's not a hill, is it? No. So it'll take me a million moves to get that guy over there. Alright. 3 turns on my plantation. Don't need another worker quite yet. I'm going to grab the library first. I'm actually tempted to go for Stonehenge. But we'll see. I'm also tempted to kill that city. Question is, do I want to kill this guy? He doesn't seem to be doing that great. He's first in pop, I guess. I'm last now in population. That's just being unhappy for so long. And I should also get a shrine in there, shouldn't I? If I'm thinking of ever having a religion. And if I'm going to war, I'm going to want a religion because I'm going to want the happiness that comes out of it. Maybe I can sneak into 4th religion here if I try. I took Growth Pantheon and I've been unhappy the entire game. It's not amazing play. Alright, I am going to go 2-city National College either way. It's been enough time spent between the Wonder and the first expand that I don't feel comfortable waiting too long here. That's his 2nd city, and it's up to 6 pop. That's pretty good. One more turn on happiness, and then I can start growing again. And then I can start clearing this marsh tile. So the problem with these is they become I think it's 6 to remove a jungle. It's either 6 or 5 to remove a jungle, and then it's 4 or 5 to build a plantation. So it's somewhere in between, what is that, 10 and 12 turns to upgrade these tiles. And it just makes for really slow happiness. And if both of your luxury resources are like that, it makes for excruciatingly slow happiness. I still want to kill this city-state. Oh, and it's gone. So someone's already cleared that encampment. So if it was still here, it would have green text over it. Probably India right next to it killed it. I'm hoping these two fight. They're very, very close. This is a forward expand onto that. India has probably the early game advantage, and someone warned me today that he was a very good player. I've never played with him before, so I have no idea. But mid-game advantage I'd actually give to the Zulu. I don't know. I'm going to go try to meet the last player. Alright, let's clear the camp. I would have liked it to have a city-state quest, but I don't care that much. Let's get my happiness finally. Been unhappy for so long. And let's think about growing again. I have a ton of food in here, I just need to use it. I do want this order still. I want my worker right afterwards. 12 turns on that library and masonry into philosophy. 14 turns on my national college. There's his capital. Really surprised this guy went Desert Faith on this opening. I mean, that means he actually went Desert Faith for his expand, not his main city. That's too bad, too, because it spooked me on potentially expanding down here to grabbing Petra, because I'm just like, if he went Desert Faith that early, it means his capital is desert. But I don't think there is desert in his capital. Ethiopia has built great library, or a great lighthouse, I always say that. Let's have a look at the demographics. I am 4th out of 6 in manufactured goods. I am 6 out of 6 in population. Somehow I'm 2nd in lit. It makes about 0 sense to me. 4th in soldiers, with Ethiopia last. And I am dead last in gold per turn. Alright. More growth. I'm gonna buy bananas for even more growth. Isn't Ethiopia's capital desert? Saki asked. Nope, Ethiopia's capital is mostly plains. This is the Zulu's capital, and it's Zulu who took Desert Faith, but they have no desert in their capital. Their Expand has desert, but doesn't have a ton of desert. I guess they maybe took it for that reason. I had the feeling, I don't know, just the way these tiles are, I happen to wonder if there's a natural wonder in and around here, but maybe not. China has put down their third city, their second Expand. And weirdly, this is placed one tile away from being able to use whales. It's kind of weird. These are actually fairly slow expands as multiplayer expands go. A lot of players took time to build wonders, and that's generally bad to do. But we'll see how it plays out for everyone. I mean, like look at, like, for example, we were talking about potentially killing one of these city-states, right? Realistically, I could not have very many composite bows here. Maybe 2 composite bows right now, right? Maybe 3. Composite bow range strength is 11. This city-state is already up to 25. It's going to be basically one-shotting my composite bows, which is ridiculous. It's so hard to take city-states in this game on an immortal level. Just, I mean, you can walk in and do things like, you know, set up out. You can put a bunch of siege weapons in and about that, and just, you know, set up for 3 turns if you want before attack, and that's fine. But it's just a pain for the actual combat strength it takes to do it. Hi Steams, glad to see you here. If you've been watching my videos and liking them, that's a good thing. So welcome to the live stream. Did just finish my library, that's good. I guess I'm going to go for Stonehenge after this. It feels really, really late in the game to be doing it. But I don't see... That looks like Colossus, if I understand that correctly. I think that's Colossus, and he's already got a great lighthouse. Make himself a bit of a target. I don't see a wonder coming out of him. Can't see enough of that to look for Petra. Don't see a wonder out of him. So unless right now just J.A. Caesar is building Stonehenge, I'll have a shot at that. I did want a religion, so that's that might help me get that. It's, again, very late for this wonder, but whatever. I'm going to get the production out of that tile. That will also indirectly speed up Stonehenge by chopping that. This city can grow again. I should have done that last couple turns ago. I just wasn't paying attention. And let's keep scouting. Maybe I can meet J.A. Caesar somewhere. I'm thinking he's northeast, just based on what the map looks like. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying the community. I'll upload this video, of course, when I finish making it to my YouTube site in the next couple days. But in the meantime, to catch any of you all up who are joining the stream, I'm playing as Iroquois. I had what I would consider a fairly mediocre to bad start. And the city itself is okay. It's a slow starting city because I have a bunch of calendar resources under jungle or swamp. But the, jungle or marsh, as Fear correctly pointed out to me. But worse than that is I don't have good expansion spots. There isn't a lot of there aren't a lot of unique luxuries around, and there aren't good spots. This looks really tempting, but in reality these are desert wheat, so they're pretty useless. They're essentially grassland. And I am contemplating what I'm going to do in the long game here. And I think what I'm going to do in the long game is I'm going to go kill someone. So. Oh, you said commentary, not community. Even better. I'm glad you're liking the commentary. Jesse, I agree. The timing does work out rather well since I'm not doing anything else useful with my city. And I should be doing other useful things right now. I should be building settlers more than anything else. Okay, so I did just meet J.A. Caesar. And he is Arabia. I forgot we had Arabia in the game. I'm glad he's on the opposite side of the world from me. Arabia is terrifying. Terrifying Civ. Alright, did that save me a turn? Let's have a look. Yes, it did save me a turn, so that's a nice thing. Let's heal up here. What else do we need? I grew over here. Let's work the food first. I can grow a little bit more. And I'll be right back. 2 seconds. So let's, Fear, I'm going to use you for a second, bro. What do you think, Fear, about attacking my neighbors? Should I do that? Because I'm kind of tempted to, and I'd really like some positive affirmation for why I should be going to war. So what do you think, Fear? Shall I potentially kill either Ethiopia here, or, I mean, he's spamming wonders. Like, I would kind of like his wonders. They're nice wonders. I see Colossus in there, and I see Great Lighthouse, both of the wonders I really like. I'm guessing I'm going to get the affirmative from this, but we'll see. Perhaps not. Yeah, I know Jesse and Saki are catching on to that. Just to catch the rest of you up, I just recently had a game with Fear just the other day where we ended up going to war for a very long period of time. So asking him is kind of a joke, but kind of serious, you know. He's also a very good player, also streams. You should check out his stream if you get a chance. But asking him if I should go to war, it seems a little bit like basically using it as an excuse to say yes to that. So we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens or not. Did I postpone my worker? No, where is he? Oh, he's over here. That's right. Taking forever because it's a freaking calendar resource. How could I forget? I could buy the truffles. I'll think about that in a minute. I'm okay on happiness once this goes up. It's going to be 4 turns regardless, or 4 turns for that. So. Absolutely, I strongly recommend getting in on this Civ 5 multiplayer. All streams, huh? I should post in that. Because I have not yet posted in that. So. Yeah, I also am thinking that looks fairly good. I'm getting hammered though right now because I don't have the cities out, so my manufactured goods are shit. So until my population starts catching up and I find some tiles to improve that have some production in here, I'm going to be in pain. And that means workers. I should actually go have a look. Perhaps Hanoi has another worker out by now, and I could borrow that worker for my own uses here. Because this is a production or an improvement issue right now. If I'm this far behind, granted I'm behind in cities too. That's kind of where I was thinking too. Much closer to his capital than my capital. So that's decent. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I want. That worker. Need some more city-states, and go ahead and grab that. There is room for an expand back here, but I'm not doing it until after my national college either way. I don't like these lands enough. I should probably buy that before he does. He's already bought my sheep. I'm pretty annoyed about that expand. I'm probably going to kill him. So. Someone suggests cultural victory. On quick speed multiplayer, cultural victory is nearly impossible. You can do it, but it requires your opponents... I wouldn't say it requires your opponents to be idiots, but it requires your opponents to give you a lot more leeway than I would be likely to give them. So, let's see if that's a nice way of saying that. In turns. That's fine. What beer do I drink is the question. I currently have 5 different beers in the fridge. I am drinking a mix of Sierra Nevada, Stone IPA, Lagunitas Undercover, Lagunitas IPA, and shit, which is the 5th I'm forgetting. I think I have Scrimshaw in there right now, if I remember correctly, which is the brewing company's eluding me, which is it's a Pilsner that I quite like. And that's right now. Thankfully, the girlfriend's not feeding me vodka martinis right now, which she'll occasionally do. And I love them a lot, but it makes me a bit of a belligerent Civ player. So, we're safe for a while yet. Let's see how this game goes. It might be time to break out the vodka martinis. Alright, I am going to grab this worker. Ethiopia founded a religion. Probably took all the good stuff since they're going to be first to religion. Let's have a look. Pagodas and tithe. Yeah, so they did take all the good stuff. Erafleur suggests that it might be nice to see a multiplayer victory where it doesn't end in a science/domination victory. Yeah, but the other victory types are a lot harder versus multiple players. It's really challenging for diplomatic victories or cultural victories. In part because science and military are what protects you from other players. If you go culture or diplomacy, other players can declare war on you, kill your city-states. They'll spend money to buy your city-states out. They'll use spies to coup your city-states, or coup your city-states, I guess is what you'd say, and they'll attack you. You know, you get really far ahead in culture and you don't have enough army, they come and kill you, and suddenly you're not a culture threat anymore. So it's just kind of, you know, it kind of makes a lot of sense why those are the preferred victory types in multiplayer, because those are the ones that work. So I am going to buy that tile. I don't want it to go to my Ethiopian neighbor quite yet. And let's see if I can get this worker out. Getting a little lag right now. Host is spiking. Still. Alright, so he's recovered. Good, didn't drop. I grow next turn, I go unhappy next turn, and I get my wonder next turn. And I think I even finish plantation beginning right after I go unhappy next turn. And then I start my national college. So decent timing on what's coming out of this. Still really far in demographics, catching up a little bit on population thanks to being happy again. Manufactured goods are still like in the shitter. I mean, I'm at 22 compared to 41 in the top lead here, and I'm barely ahead of dead last on manufactured goods. Soldiers, no one's building army yet. Lit, I'm keeping up in lit, but I'm not doing great by any means. And this is because I'm on 2 cities instead of 3 or 4. Someone asked the question, how is vanilla compared to the downloadable content? The DLCs aren't the big issue. It's the expansions that are the big issue. And to be honest, I strongly recommend Brave New World. And Gods and Kings was an improvement over the original, and Brave New World was fixed about 50% of what was wrong with Gods and Kings and made it a much better game. So I strongly recommend picking up Brave New World. Civ goes on sale all the time. There's zero reason you should be playing the older versions with the new versions out, and it goes on sale for as much as 75% off, so you can get it all very cheap. I strongly recommend it. Alright, what are we doing? Let's get these guys back and have a look over here. Alright, let's see. National College is what I want. Hopefully I can get something out of that. I could get these Mohawk Warriors. They're so worthless. They're not worthless. They're okay. They're not good, though. I'm going to grab horseback riding. I want the stables. That's going to really help my production. And then I'm going to head down to metal casing, also for production. So it'll be horseback riding, construction, engineering, and actually maybe the other way around, thinking about, no. Let's get the stables and engineering, and Great Wall would be nice, though. Let's try Great Wall first. I think I just ran out of time on the turn, which is fine. Alright, there goes Petra, and I'm pretty sure it went to the secondary expand. I mean, I gotta say kudos to him. He spooked me really bad with building, with getting Desert Faith. I assumed he was in a desert city, so I just believed him and didn't go for Petra myself or making a desert expand. So the fact that he gets that off is really good for him. In the meantime, what do I want? I want a quarry there. I want to bring this guy back over. And let's see. I guess I am going to start putting down more mines. I hate working that tile. That tile is absolutely garbage. Gold is early game when you're getting almost no gold. All you really need to do is keep your upkeep above what you're losing. But this tile helps me nearly not at all. I don't want to work at it whatsoever, but I just don't have good tiles in this city yet. I guess there's one other use for gold right there. If I could buy another tile to work, that'd be okay. Alright, so second religion just went. There's 2 to go. Looking at faith, city-states, temples. Okay, that's a weird one, but it's not terrible. So, alright, Fear, I know you sent me a message, mate. When I get a second, I'll have a look at it. It might not be for a little bit, though. Kind of busy here. So, China just grabbed the Pantheon. Very late for Pantheon, but I guess if he's not worried about a religion, it's not a big deal. Steams, if you get a chance to, check out our website. It's called isthereanydeal.com. You can set it up to import your Steam wish list, and then you can you can wait for the games you want to go on sale, and go on sale very, very cheaply. And that's how I recommend getting the Civ expansions, because it will notify you. You can set it up to notify you by email when Civ goes on sale, and you can get it for, again, as I said, easily up to 75% off, which makes it a really, really, really good deal. This city needs to grow faster, in my opinion. And I do need this truffles. And I love how the city doesn't even care. It's like, oh, unique luxury right there? I could grow to it, but instead I'll snag this super sweet land over here. That is one of the things I do have a gripe with. I have a bit of a gripe with the governor. Especially the growth governor. It's just not very good. It takes stupid tiles all the time, and tiles that are clearly not the good tile there. All right, let's see. I'd rather grow. That's fine. Alright, I'm probably last. I'm not last in army because no one's building army. China, it looks like China is slowing down a little bit, and this is, I saw they went Liberty. Liberty is a great policy in lots of places. I don't think it's very good in 6-way free-for-alls like this. I don't think it gives you enough growth to keep up in science. So I expect he'll start hurting in a little bit. He doesn't have enough cities either. As Liberty, you really need to make more cities because your cities grow slower, and growth is not linear, it's exponential. You actually get more growth out of producing more cities as Liberty. So if you can afford the happiness, you should really do that, because it's the only way Liberty is going to be better than tradition in this type of environment. So I don't think he's doing that well right now. His cities are going to slow down. So he's 6-1 and 2. I'm at 9 and 3. Ethiopia is at 10 and 3. Zulu are 7, 8, and I think they have a third city, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's double check. No, they don't yet. So they're on 2 cities too. India's on 3. How many is Arabia on? Arabia almost looks like he has a big chunk of this continent to himself. He's on 3 as well. So it's not just my city count that's screwing me. Apparently they actually have just better, well, they're doing better with the production in their cities too. But we'll fix that. I have workers out, 3 workers out. I'll grab probably another 1 here shortly and start converting these tiles into something useful. All right. Great Wall in 3 turns, or 6 turns. National College in 3. Could grab a temple. I would actually love a religion one day, so perhaps I will pick up a temple. We'll see. That's a faith pantheon, so perhaps India will get one ahead of me. That's a faith pantheon. Perhaps Zulu will get ahead of me. But China is certainly not going to beat me to a religion, so can't tell yet. There was a long period of time where I was only making 1 religion per turn, and that's a very slow way to get to, 1 faith per turn. That's a very slow way to get to a religion. So I don't know yet if how that's gonna turn out. I hope one day to finish this mine. It seems to be taking its sweet, sweet time. Alright. Still getting hammered in hammers. I'm now last. Last in gold, last in hammers. I'm really surprised. I'm like, oh, he's got these sweet. I mean, this is why. This is a great in terms of. I mean, let's count, right? So this land, this particular spot's not that great. I think he should have gone somewhere to set. Oh, he is settling on a mountain. I still probably wouldn't have settled flat land. But this is a great growth tile. This is a decent production tile. All the sheep are great, and stone is great. So there's a lot of kind of they're not unique luxuries, but they're kind of special tiles that provide a lot. I'm growing, so that's part of the reason why I have low hammers. But I also don't have a lot of hammers in this city. I'm already working my 2 hills right there and there, and I'll convert this into a lumber mill very, very shortly as soon as this hill finishes. Man, I don't even know if I want Great Wall. Like it's a good ability, but I'm just so far behind in everything else. I may grab horseback riding instead. That will finish up shortly after I finish my national college and might get me a little bit more hammers quicker. So. There goes Great Wall, so wasn't going to get it anyways. I wonder if that was finished. Did he finish Liberty? Is that what he did? No, he didn't, so he hard built that. So it looks like he probably beelined that tech. I can understand some of it. It's a very nice defensive building for your whole city. 1 turn on my national college, and Man, just not loving my growth tile. Not loving my tiles. And that's all fine. We'll go from there. Kalix asks, who's excited for Beyond Earth? I'm fairly excited. I'm both excited and a little apprehensive. I'm hoping it's good. It's going to steal a lot of the Civ player base, so I really hope it brings something really cool to the table, because otherwise it's just going to kind of wreck the multiplayer for this game for a while. So I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. It has the potential to be really, really fun. Alright, so one religion left. I'm not very close. I'm about halfway to a great prophet, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Sucks not to be utilizing the fact that I'm coastal, but I have no coastal resources, so I'm not getting any of the growth from that, and I don't have another coastal city. There's something to be said about maybe expanding to here. I don't love it. It has no unique luxuries. It does have 3 fish for growth, but Arabia, letting me know that in this game we're all just mortals here, and we have Ethiopia with his god tier, so we should be worried. I agree. He is in the middle of nowhere too, so he's going to be able to develop totally unmolested. I'll see how the quality of his lands are in just a little bit. They may be garbage too. We'll see. That's good growth. One turn on this, so I'll put a turn into... Do I want to put a turn into that as I say that? No, I don't think I do. I think I'd rather... Well, I do want a religion. I'll try. The problem with these is they disappear too fast. They're right back. I have to fix manufactured goods. You can't go to war on 0 manufactured goods. Currently, Arabia is just sweeping this. Wow, 6 unique luxuries. And how many cities? 3 cities. So he has tons more room to expand. If he's got that many unique luxuries, I mean, he has many more opportunities to expand. He may not have the room, I don't know, but he's got plenty of happiness to keep doing it. And, alright. I want metal casting for longhouses. Let's get that online. It's still working. I want to switch to a stables here. That's +3 production in my city, as well as, of course, the bonus towards horses. This is still going pretty well. I do need another worker at some point. I may grab it in here after that finishes. Stoneworks is also production. And stables would be big in here too. I just have to finish actually producing one of my pastures. Oh, army scores are going up a little bit. Arabia is just, I mean, look. We need to start talking to people immediately. Arabia hits their strongest point in medieval, and camels stay around from medieval up until literally, I mean, all the way through Renaissance. They're still strong. All the way through industrial, they're still strong. Like they don't get weak until basically dynamite and cavalry is when you start seeing camels slow down. So he is yet to hit his strongest point from his units, and he's already sweeping everyone. So it's a little terrifying. And normally I'd just be like, okay, I have good lands, I'll tech through it, I'll defend my lands and move through it, but my lands are not very good right now, and my 2-city start is a terrible way to do anything. So, pretty scary. I should get a road connection. It only takes 2 tiles to connect this. I have been fairly busy with other things, but I should devote the resources to that soon. Because it's a very easy way to get a bunch of gold. So, and it's important for military. Wonder if he's coastal? No. Okay, so Mecca is on a mountain. That's bad news. It means it's going to get a late game. Well, not necessarily late game. It's in Renaissance, but a lot of people don't beeline for astronomy. But he'll get about a 20%. I mean, it says 50 on it, but it's not the way it works. The way that it works with stacking, it tends to be about a 20%. Not stacking penalties, just the way that it works is about a 20% bonus to the city. Gilladont has a big army? It's just surprising to me. Well, I suppose I should build a scout and have a look. Okay, it looks like a little bit of tundra over here. God-awful tile. Hurry it up. Alright. There's my happiness. There is my stables. Or my pasture, so now I can build stables. That's 2 production. 3rd in lit. Arabia's 1st. Still 6th in manufactured goods. God damn. Churchwill says, so to be able to compete, you need to annex all of Ethiopia's cities. I need to conquer them first, then I'll worry about what I'm going to do with them. But puppets don't provide very much at all in this game. They're pretty useless. Some guy's name, it seems nearly impronounceable. It's JLNMRGT. Asks, what victory am I going for? Question mark science. No, I'm not going for a science victory. I mean, all victories in multiplayer are a mix of science and military. But currently, I'm not going for a victory condition at all. It's too early to be worried about how I'm going to win. I currently need to decide how I'm not going to lose. And to me, that seems to be probably a military push before too much longer. No, that's alright. I'm not complaining about your name, just saying I have a hard time pronouncing it. So he says call him Julian, so I'll do that. It's easier to say anyways. I mean, Ethiopia may be having the exact same idea I am too. So it is possible that I will be seeing some military out of him. His neighbor just said he has big set of soldiers. I don't see a big set of soldiers on this map yet. Even this difference here, that means the most he's having is 12k difference. It's only going to be a couple units. It's too early for crossbows, so I'm not terribly worried about that. So I don't think I need to be too worried about that quite yet. I do want to get a road up, so I'll start on that. Sit you there. I'd love to get production settled, so let's head over here. I don't care about that unique luxury. I'd rather leave it, or it's not unique. I mean, I don't care about that luxury. I'd rather leave it for my universities later to make it a useful tile. I would like this hill. Oh, there goes the 4th religion. So I'm not going to be getting a religion. Yeah. And just because I didn't get enough, there was no, I mean, I had the option of basically a third pantheon if I wanted. If I had rushed that shrine after finding this religious city-state, I could have picked up a pantheon here. But there's no faith generation in here. I hadn't discovered iron yet, so Earth Mother, I didn't have the option Earth Mother. The only option would have been God King, and God King's just not a very good pantheon, so. Alright. So I won't be getting a religion in this game. I will be getting Ethiopia's religion. That has pagodas in it, and it's not so bad to have pagodas when I don't have to give him tithe as well. Churchwell asks, should I take over another, should I at least found another city before I think about fighting someone? Maybe. Thing about another city right now is it's probably not going to be useful for a while. So there's a thought. I kind of do want to settle here, but I don't remember. I'm short on unique luxuries. when I take Harar, that's not a unique luxury, so I'm paying in happiness, and I'm paying happiness I don't necessarily have. There is a unique luxury in his capital, that being Wales. But if I settle here, I'm taking away the small amount of happiness I have available for me as it is. So, I don't know. Tough to say if that's the right idea or not. But let's get that road up. Let's go scout over here a little bit more. Okay, I can just hang out. And not a whole lot of point in getting this temple anymore. Let's see, what's Ethiopia's religion again? He has Judaism. And what is Judaism giving? Faith in pagodas and... Okay, it's not a lot. It might not even be worth building that right now. Man, just hurting on everything here. My culture is pretty shit too. Alright, so what do I want? I want to figure out a building that's not going to be rubbish. I suppose happiness... happiness or the barracks. Let's grab happiness and then think about getting the circus right afterwards. Or the barracks right afterwards. I would like to go to war and... Ouch, I'm tied for last right now on production. Did finish my stable, that's good. Bit of production from that. 3 in this city and 2 in the other city. I am 5 turns away from longhouses. That will be 3 production and 10% here, and more than that over here. So that's good. What else do I have going for me here? Doing okay in tech, not good, but okay. I mean, to be honest, this is Arabia's game right now. He's just running away with everything. India is starting to catch up from his 3rd city. We'll see. Julian asks, "What's up with Hanoi? Why is Hanoi pissed off at me? I did steal a worker." So, yep, it is totally possible that China and Ethiopia are talking behind my back. Not a lot I can do about that if they are. And I would love more production. Which just means, I'm working all my gold tiles and I'm still negative gold. There just isn't a lot here. I guess that's a gold tile. That's slightly better anyways. It has growth food in it. So, but I don't have growth tiles particularly, or production tiles to work anymore. They're all improved and there's not any more to be had. And that's not giving me city connection. 1, 2... Oh, because this is not in my territory. Alright, so I need a road here. City stayed up there. Just hang out. Can get if I want, I can get Mohawks now. They're okay. They're essentially swordsmen. They have a very situational bonus of having a combat bonus in swamps and I guess they're jungles. Jungles and jungles and hills. Wow. Collect my thoughts for a second. Jungles and woods, but that's a pretty useless bonus most of the time because you don't tend to have that very much. So. Declaration of Friendship don't actually mean very much in multiplayer games. They're very easy to say yes to. There's no repercussion to saying yes, and there's no obligation to carry through with that if something happens. So, if they want to say they're friends right now, that's fine. Probably China just watches as I kill Ethiopia if that happens anyways. Assuming I can. I mean, Ethiopia's ahead of me in production right now, so it doesn't necessarily mean I can kill him whatsoever. I would like a military city-state, so I'm gonna head over this way and see if I can do something about it. He's sitting right on top of it with composite bows, so it's unlikely I'll get it, but I do want it. So perhaps that will mean something. And comps should be fine. City-states total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 met, so 3 to go. With 2 composite bows, I'm almost certainly not getting that, but we'll see. Still last in manufactured goods somehow. Ethiopia is now first in soldiers. He's about double my score. That actually does start to get scary. I mean, I still haven't built any military units yet, just the 1. So we'll see. Maybe we'll start turning around here in a second. But perhaps not. That should give me a city connection. That should be worth a decent amount of gold too. It's only paying upkeep on 3 roads, and it is a 5-pop city. So that should be something in terms of upkeep. Excuse me, in terms of gold per turn. Almaty is another, you know, they're both a military city-state and I'm friendly with them. I'd really like that. I don't know what military unit they have. So they have a great military unit. It's just I'm not ever going to get to the point where that's relevant. So for now it's just, there's no Persia in this game. There's a question if there's Persia in this game. But there's no Persia. Good, my city's borders are growing. Hopefully I'll take this hill, because that's really what I want. I need production. I need lots of production. Alright, what do we get? Long turn. I got a new unit. What was it? Swordsman. Alright, where did I grow? I grew to the grassland, unfortunately. That is going to be... I'm working on the good tiles here. I guess I'll drop a farm on that, perhaps? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. Hopefully I can get that next turn. Depends if he has a melee unit there or not. And I can't see that tile. I just have to not shoot it with this horse. Julian asked the question, what social policy did you go when you completed Liberty and Tradition but haven't opened Renaissance yet? There's a lot of options. If I'm going to war for long periods of time, opening up Warrior Code for the extra great general production is a good idea. If I have a lot of money, patronage is a good idea. If I have coastal cities, opening up exploration for maritime infrastructure is a good idea. And if I'm thinking late game, then I'm going to have a lot of money. Sometimes getting into a couple points in commerce is a nice thing. So there's a lot of different options for that. So I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do yet for the second one. So it looks like China helped out with that camp. Good news for me, that means I get it. And let's move back just before this guy can have time to get mad. Getting a little bit of lag here. 2 people have just entered medieval. That's terrifying, because I'm ages away from... Oh, no, it's not. I'm 1 turn from medieval. I guess it's not as terrifying as I thought it was. But it's still, I don't like it when people are ahead of me in tech, and I have lots of people in this game ahead of me in tech. So. Farm, or I guess I'll put a farm on it. No, there is no Persia in this game. There is Arabia in this game, but no Persia. Still last in manufactured goods. I'm getting about doubled by Petra Boy over here, which is too bad. I could probably keep this guy's. I mean, this is a good city-state to have as if you're going to war. Just because it's going to be a lot of units for a decent amount of time, and I may even consider grabbing a caravan. And is it close enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Caravans have a base range of 10, so it is close enough to send a caravan to. Jesse asked the question, what am I planning to do? I'm probably going to go for an attack, just not quite yet. Alright, so grabbed longhouses, let's get those up. Maybe I won't be last in production after that happens. Choose research. I'm going to be going for crossbows here. Let's grab currency. Man, currency. Longswordsman? Currency. Longswordsman. I mean, I'm going to want machinery, but I don't have any money, so I can't really upgrade pre-built composite bows. So it's not like it's all that critical to get there right this instant, because they're not going to do all that much for me. Ah, man. I am going to upgrade this guy. He's double upgraded already, so nice to have him as a Mohawk warrior as opposed to just a warrior. But not a huge amount of bonuses from him. Okay, really weird. I must have hit a hotkey. So it looks like I have a hotkey for that. Accidentally knocked the mic hotkey for that. So thanks for letting me know, guys. Really do appreciate that. I just said there is a misperception in my chat right now. Someone just asked me, quote, how many brewskis have you pounded down? You misunderstand. I am not pounding down brewskis. I am playing Civ. I am drinking at a moderate to light pace. They just seem to be disappearing rather rapidly for you because Civ is a very, very long game. So, thank you for the concern. But, we're alright. Plus, you need to get to a certain level of animosity, annoyance. I don't know what the right word is, what the right state is to be going to war. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Man, I gotta say, I have not done a 2-city opener in a long time. I almost always go for 4, and I often go 5 or 6, and I am hating it. It just feels like I have no production, no population, my science is suffering, my manufactured goods is worthless, like, everything is just like, ugh. So I can't say I'm loving this. I mean, my city capital's doing okay. I mean, like, my capital is at 12. It's not great compared to everyone else, but it's okay. I'm hoping this city hurried up and converts so I can grab pagodas. I have plenty of faith that I can't use for anything else. Alright, finished currency. Let's go ahead and grab guilds and machinery. I'll try for guilds on Oaxaca, but the thing, I mean, I'll try for Machu Picchu. But the thing is, Mecca has a mountain capital. So, unless I get pretty lucky, and actually, if China buys that territory, that counts as a Machu Picchu tile, and I can't see, but he has that territory if he wants it to. So there's 3 cities, 3 civs that have the ability to build Machu Picchu if they want. And that's a really good city. It's a really good wonder, don't get me wrong. I think I just saw Ethiopia poking his head over here. That situation, moving a guy right there, is suggestive of wanting to attack me. So let's just move it here, just to make sure that's not anything. I'll sit him here. I don't want Ethiopia aware that I'm attacking him. I want Ethiopia to stop building troops and just chill out. You know, build some sweet wonders, something like that. But currently he's first in soldiers, which is a little problematic. Deal proposed. It's going to be a friendship offer from Ethiopia. You bet, bro. Let's be friends. Oh, look, 2 unique luxuries. That makes me twice as interested in his capital. 2 sea luxuries. That's great. And actually, I could afford an expand now if I wanted that, but I don't. I want to take all of his expands instead. They're already developed. Let's do that. I mean, to be honest, I tend to be a good neighbor. I tend not to aggress my neighbors unless there's reason to, and unfortunately right now what it boils down to is I am in a situation where I do not have the room to expand. I do not have good expands in the room that I do have. There's nothing to be expanded on here. Both of these cities are garbage. I hate to do it, but I think I will be going to war with Ethiopia. If he's stream sniping me, I'm giving him tons and tons of time to be dealing with that, so I really hope that's not the case, but I don't know what else I can do about that. I wish my cities would grow to more mines. Like, I'm working at, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to work the Longhouse. And, I guess I'll work that when it grows. I'll get a road up here in a second. Yeah, I can fortify. Okay, he moved that guy back. That's good. I'll move back too. I just don't like guys sitting in the range to shoot me when I can't attack them back, so that's why I moved in there. Forge would not be bad if I'm going to preemptively prepare. I would like to beat this military score with just kind of like queued up units. So you can kind of pre-build units to a point, and I would like that. Need to pre-build some comps. And I need to pre-build a horseman here too. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, currently, literally every single drop of my production is going into more production and into military units. If he is not doing the same thing, it does set me up for an okay position. If he is doing the same thing, it leaves me totally screwed, but we'll see. I don't see other good options. I could take out Hanoi, it would be annoying, and it would be mediocre if I did it. I mean, maybe I could first anyways, that would at least give me a great general. That's a thought. Maybe I'll do that. It's going to be painful without siege weapons, though. I mean, I guess that's going to be painful, too. Alright, so, he's at his unique unit. I would expect, if he's going to go to war, I'd expect it to be soon. He's at his unique unit. He may kill, India. Alright, we need more city-states. There's probably 1 to 2 city-states up there. I guess I'll come back around here. Let's get a road up. I'd like to have these hills. So a road here, a road there would be good. Hey Violator, are you still watching the stream, bro? I like to think I'm a relatively reasonable guy, but I really don't want my stream spammed with stuff like this, so if you do stuff like that, you're going to get banned. I'll just have to figure out what I need to do for that. Oops. Thank you, Violator. I appreciate that. Could you also give him a brief kick, like a single timeout would be fine for like 600 seconds or something. So, unfortunately, it's written in bright green on white, so it's hard to read the name. I think it's Random Ways. Random Ways asks, how active is the online community for this game? If you there's always public games up, but you don't want to play public games in this game. What you want to do is you want to play no quitters games. You should join the no quitters group. It tends to have a lot of games going at pretty much all hours of the day, although it's not perfect. There'll be still slow times to do that. It's fairly active. There's a lot of Europeans in it, so if you're an American player like myself, you can't always find games when you want to. Sometimes you may have to wait a half hour, 45 minutes for a game. It's not the end of the world, but it does happen. Just be aware. Alright. Alright. So manufactured goods are now, I'm now up to third. I wish I knew what Ethiopia had. I'm third in soldiers, third in manufactured goods. Third in lit, which is terrible, and just one tech ahead of last guy in lit. Last in gold. Ugh, garbage stats. But let's put a couple turns into some military units. This is 2 production. I'm going to take stoneworks ahead of that. I want all the production I can get. That's 2 production. Actually, it's 1. Excuse me. It's 1 production plus 15% to melee units. Land units, not melee units, all land units. And this is 2 production straight up, 1 for the quarry and 1 for the city itself. And yeah, that is very true. It is a little bit better to wait for a game than to get a game where no one plays it through and everyone quits. And that is the good part about this. I am 9 turns away from a social policy. I may open honor. We'll see. This scout is sitting right in the way of my trade route. That would be the first thing to get pillaged if we go to war. It'd be annoying. Keep waiting for this city to convert. It does have 2 pressures, but 2 pressure out of 9 is not that much. I don't know. Like, it's tough to say. Like, I played with J.A. Caesar before. He did really good the first game I played with him. Well, no, excuse me. He rushed me the first game we played. The second game we played, he didn't do much anything. He seems to be doing very good this game. I don't know what to expect out of him. We have a lot of passive play right now going on in this game. No one's at war. No one's doing anything. It's another city in here if he wants it. Oh, he's got gold though. He's settled on gold. So this may just... I mean, there's a lot of good tiles here. Like, I see 2 deer, sheep, iron, a 3rd deer, potentially a 4th deer. I mean, that seems decent to me. But he may already have enough good cities that he doesn't care. Just seems really decent to me because I have no good cities right now. So, okay, there is a guy. I'd like to buy that tile, but maybe I'll just act like I'm going to get it in a minute. We'll see what happens. That needs to be improved. I'm not going to have any money to upgrade crossbows, which is too bad. Now 3rd in manufactured goods still. Last in gold. Yeah. 3rd in soldiers. The questions, I have 2 more questions in chat. They are, how long does a game usually take? I would say on average they last around 6 hours. They can range anywhere from probably 4 to 8, so it takes a long time. How does religious pressure work in Brave New World is the other question. The state, so this guy here, right, this is the Holy City, it generates pressure around it. The pressure has a 10-tile radius that it pressures cities. You need to have the city, the Holy City itself only needs to, if it's the only source of pressure, it will convert cities. If you have another city, so let's say that there was no Ethiopian city here, right? And this city was the Ethiopian, not the center of the religion, but just converted to that religion. You need to have 2 cities to pressure otherwise. So I don't think that that would be pressuring as it is. But basically 10 tiles is what you want. I can't remember how many turns it takes to convert a citizen, but you can see already that my civ here has 2 citizens that are following that religion, and they will slowly continue to tick up as the pressure works on it. What else? Keep scouting, I guess. Oh, I don't want that guy quite yet. It's got a mohawk where. So, and it's going to be all the cities that are in range add pressure. So right now I have 9 pressure. I have 9 pressure because one city that is of that religion is in range. When these 2 cities convert to his religion, it's going to be 27 pressure because there's 3 cities there. When this one converts, it will now be 36 pressure because 4 cities, etc. So the more cities you have in tile range of the city you're trying to convert, the quicker the pressure is applied. Trade routes will apply pressure, but they only apply pressure if they're outside of 10 tiles. So if this city sent a trade route to this city, I'd only get 9 pressure instead of 18 because it's in range of the city itself. If this city sent a trade route to this city, I would get religious pressure on my capital because the trade route brings the religion with it. There's lots of things that modify that. There's enhancer beliefs, there's civilization special abilities. If you have a whatever the religious building is, I can't remember what it's called. If you have temples in all your cities, you can build a national wonder that gives you double the religious pressure, things like that. So. Alright, not a huge army spike here, pretty small still. 3rd in manufactured goods, 2nd in lit, 2nd behind Arabia, terrifying. Why does this guy want to know where I am? It makes no difference. Scout. Alright, let's stick you in this space. Ooh, that's fresh water. I'm enough worried about production. I like to build farms on freshwater hills, but I'm not going to because basically right now I'm very, very worried about my hammers, and I want enough hammers to actually be able to do something. So I'm not going to do that. Does Ethiopia have any allies? No. And they want me to discover natural wonder, and I'm allies for ages yet. That's good, because I want the military units they're going to be gifting me. It's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be some. Okay, India just enhanced. I hope Ethiopia enhances soon. I want them to finish their religion before I kill him, so I can get all the bonuses from an enhanced religion. Who put defender? That's Ethiopia, right? So Judaism is what I'm looking for. Maybe he'll get something else good. It'd be great if he got 15% production. Oh, he can't. That guy got it. All right. It'd be great if he got the 2 productions for specialists. That's something that can be shared, so I'd like that. I don't want this guy yet, so let's grab... I don't have any options. I guess I'll grab the Mohawk Warrior and then the Horseman. No, Horseman. No. Hey, Steams. Thanks for watching, mate. I'll talk to you later. I'll get this up on YouTube as soon as I can. In the meantime, for those of you, I'll link the YouTube channel in just a second because I realized I haven't linked that this game yet, and I ought to be doing that more often anyways. So let's take a look. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is my Steam channel, or excuse me, my Steam channel, my YouTube channel, with a bunch of videos of previous games I've played. They're all commentated and they're broken up. Feel free to check that out when you can. When I'm fighting Ethiopia, I will run into the fact that he is a nasty bastard. Ew. It's like a million turns for that. I guess I'll go machinery. I do need knights. If I'm going to have a war with someone who has crossbows as well, I need knights. Crossbows are nasty. Mohawk warriors are not nasty. They need a combat bonus. They're currently just the same strength as spearmen. So essentially I have a couple of not spearmen, swordsmen. I essentially have a couple swordsmen that no one cares about whatsoever. Oh, he just bought the tile. Alright, asshole. We're going to war shortly here. I'm not going to have money to upgrade crossbows anyway, so I can pump out a couple composite bows. I would like a second trade route. Don't know that anyone cares about my trade route, so I guess I'll lot do. Hong Kong would. It's kind of far away. Kathmandu. Where's Kathmandu? Kathmandu's right here. So I may actually grab a second trade route for the money. Don't have a lot of gold in my tiles and don't have markets up, so. Bought my hill tile. I wonder if he knows we're going to war. Probably does. Alright, new unit. Great. What did I get? A catapult. Seriously, a catapult? Well, maybe it will draw a couple shots from the enemy. It's a really bad unit. It's A, worthless unit to begin with, and B, a totally worthless unit at this point in the game. Not going to be trading with him. 4-2. I actually get science from this. One less gold, but I get 2 science. I give him 2 science too, though. Ew. I guess I'm not going to be giving him science. I'll take the 5 gold. What's wrong with early siege engines? The trebuchets are okay. They're okay. But the problem with a catapult is that it has 8 ranged combat strength. That's the problem with the catapult. This city's at 14. This city's at 23. To one-shot a unit, to literally kill it from full to 0, you need 2.7 times the combat strength. So currently, if the catapult even moves into range, call it 3, right? 3 makes it 24. If this catapult moves into range of the city, it dies in 1 shot from the city. Basically, they're too weak to do anything. You can't. By the time you get to catapult tech, which is like way the fuck over in mathematics, everything is pretty much immune to catapults by the time you get there. They're a totally worthless unit. They don't do any damage whatsoever, and they're just garbage. Yep. Exactly. All the things that Aerofleur just said.